Hi everyone. Hello. Hello everyone. Hi everyone.
Hello, Amos.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good. How are you, Moria?
How's your holiday going?
Wonderful.
Don't you miss us? And now we're only going to start school in April. We have to wait so long.
I know. But
Disaster.
in fact, did they change the date? I thought that the movie gets to do also online. They're going to start in April 2nd, if I recall. Is that right?
I'm not sure. They haven't been telling us much.
Yeah, it's kind of contradicting messages I myself getting. I got one that the school will start in April 2nd, and the other one is that we're going to start doing sessions online.
See, if everyone would have listened to you, we wouldn't be in this problem because school would already be online. You see?
You see? You know, I don't know if you know that guy in the IDC, Shlomi Shu, he's in charge of the accounting. So I showed him my system on corporate valuation. He told me, Amos, you are ahead of your time by at least 10 years in so many dimensions. And to some extent it's true, but in some extent I don't think so. It's just people don't realize how fast the world is moving. And anyway, how are you guys? By the way, I enjoyed grading your exams. I don't know if you got the results.
When are we getting them?
I already sent them. You should get them every day. And don't forget, it's only 70% of the grade. And by the way, the grade was good. I was very happy. I was very, very happy. So I'm very proud of you guys, really. I think it's wonderful. And honestly, BI is a very important topic. Next semester we have even more important topic. And fortunately, for the next semester, I want to be ready. Ready meaning we're not going to be dependent on any stuff. I want you to use the Mac. We're going to use all these things that work on Mac. I'm going to introduce my framework, and I'm going to give you introductions of 2, if necessary, even 3 sessions on Python for machine learning. I know you didn't study object-oriented. We will make up for it. And we'll do just fine. Everything will be beautiful. Okay? But I really did see that people studied for the exam. You can tell, which was really nice. I was very happy. Anyway, what we're going to do now. By the way, you know what? Before I start, let me make sure that I'm recording this one. So if somebody couldn't make it for today, yeah, it's automatically recording. Yeah, it's already started. Yeah.
Amos, are we going to start the Hebrew session today as well?
The Hebrew session, I didn't plan on Hebrew session, frankly. So nobody asked me there for Hebrew sessions, but I'm going to talk so slowly and so simple that even if you are a Hebrew speaking person, you can understand the merit of the session today. If anybody needs, I will be more than happy to do a session in Hebrew, but I don't really think it's necessary.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to talk really slowly. It should be clear, and it's really just demonstrations. Okay, so let's start. I uploaded a file to the website with all the instructions, what we need to do, really step by step. The first part might be annoying, but I think we went through that already. We passed that stage. Since you're using the Mac and Power BI is only working on the Windows, you will need to use the applications from the IDC website. I think we already have tried it. Jonathan, is Jonathan with us? Daniel with us? Anyone use that through the IDC website?
I'm entering the application now. Amos.
Here's Daniel. Daniel, can you hear me? Yeah, I see Daniel here.
Can you hear me, Amos?
Yeah, Daniel, I see that Daniel joined us. Hello. Hi, Spidey, okay. Hi. Anyway, you can connect to the Power BI from, if you go into, let me do it, okay, show you where it is at least. If you go to the IDC, it's far from being ideal, but since it's such a small exercise, I wouldn't kill myself over it. I mean, I wouldn't just live with it. If you go to IDC, you go to log in, okay? Then you need to go right here. If you go here, have you ever used IDC apps?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go here, it will open a window, you click on that. I think I showed it in the beginning of the semester. It will open a window and then eventually you'll have on the screen like Microsoft Windows, okay? I just don't want to go into that here. I have already Windows. But if you go into here, it will open a session for you. And it's already have Power BI installed for you. So you don't have to install it. If you have a Windows, you can just install it on your computer as I did, okay? But on here, you already have it installed. So let me close all of those stuff.
You have a lot of tabs, almost.
Say again?
You have a lot of tabs open.
Oh yeah, this is nothing. You have no idea, my God. Anyway, this is another thing that I did, okay? Got it. Okay. Okay, so this is the instructions you can download from the website. And I'm going to use Power BI. But before I get into that, let me show you the final result. And that will give us to be focused. If you look, I did it already twice. I wanted to make sure that everything goes fine. I'm going to close this one. I'm going to close one of them. I just did this one. And this one I did before. So this one is the final product, okay? What do we have here? We have two folders in the bottom. Each one of them is a report, okay? What do we see in the first one? It's a small map with a filter here by department. We're gonna use one of the cubes. By the way, I'm gonna go over the whole things again. So I just to see where we're heading, and then I will go step by step. In this report, I will be able to see how much is the total, and this will be really tricky, and later on it will make more sense, per department. But I didn't explain exactly what I mean by per department, okay? If I click on 2001, this means department 2001. This is the numbers for 2001. As we go, you will understand what the meaning of those numbers. Fair enough? So this is one report, but it's not exactly clear what am I really asking. And it will be clear in a minute. The second report, okay, it's kind of a little cool. This one, it's like a pivot table. You studied in Excel a pivot table. Pivot table is different than a table. If you look on the right side, you have several visuals. I'm not going to go definitely over all of them. I will go over a few of them just to get the sense of it. There is a table here, and there is a matrix. Matrix is like a pivot table. What do I mean by matrix? I can put something on the rows, and I can put something on the column. By the way, this is one dimension. This is the second dimension. Okay, this is numbers. And here I have filters. By the way, if I click here, it will filter it. That the data here is for Department 2001. Which location is Charlotte? If I click on Cleveland, this is the data for Cleveland. And by the way, this chart, it's simply the same data as I have here in the and the matrix. So here's I have the months, and here I have the information, 2 columns, 2 charts. Very, very simple. It does the work. What do I mean by that saying it does the work? Because as I'm going to go in the next 10 minutes or so, you will see what the presentation layer means, and that's what I really want you to know. Next semester, I will introduce you to much more sophisticated stuff. What do I mean by that? Just don't get scared, please. This is a real life project. It's all written in Python and a lot of other languages. And here you have a beautiful chart, 3D. You can put your mouse, and this is much more sophisticated than you have in Power BI. And now you understand why Microsoft have noticed that, and they added Python here. Okay, so if you want to do something much more sophisticated than that stuff, you better go and do it in Python. And now you ask yourself, so if I do everything in Python, why do I need Power BI? And if you audit on the exam, you get 5-point bonus. You really don't. Okay? A classical BI include a presentation layer. Which tool should I use? There's so many of them. And the answer is you should use something that you put the whole system of your organization from A to Z, from the ETL process up to the report. Here, by the way, in this project, we're using Python for the analysis. So here I will just, next semester, I will introduce you to this program. We're doing all the code, and you might have seen it in Python, but you didn't study objects. So we study objects, and in fact, after you run it, it shows you as a website, and in fact, you can do a lot of things. Here's another application that I usually like to show students, okay? But I won't get into that. The objective here that you can make a menu here for the company. This is a real life project, by the way. This is a real company, by the way, okay? You can run the algorithm from here. You can see different type of charts, like the one that I just showed you a second ago. You can see a different type of chart. This has a different meaning. By the way, our objective in this project, that the last one will not be below 0. It means we didn't make any progress yet. When this chart will be up, that means our algorithm is doing something. Okay, but that's not for you. But this is the presentation layer for a real company. Which tool are they using? They're using really JavaScript with Python. Okay? So that's why this is why they wanted to kill you for making you an expert how to do reports in Power BI, because this will be missing the point. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know what's going on next semester with this
Why?
whole, with the whole Corona thing?
Well, I think we can do the session. Whatever happened, we can do the session.
We're gonna do it online, right?
Yeah, we'll do online. I will record stuff. It might be a good thing because it will save you the time to come to school or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm still getting better in doing it online, by the way. It's really, life is changing, And
Yeah.
frankly, a project like this session that we're doing now, I believe you should study by yourself. I just guide you. Okay, the whole academic has to change, in my opinion. I mean, it's in a positive sense, yeah? And I need just to direct you as I'm going to do now. Okay, I gave you all these instructions. I'm going to follow up and bring you to a point you can do it yourself. And to do it online, it's not a big problem. I do believe that it's nice to meet your professor and meet the student. It's very important. It is really important. Unfortunately, it's hard to do it now. But a combination of the two is a good mix. Okay. Let's say, by the way, I will send you emails. I really want to check if we're starting next week. Hopefully they will say next week, then we don't have to make up session toward the end of the semester. I don't see a reason why not to start next week, okay? Moria, remind me, I want to do something. and Daniel and whoever wants to join us to install the whole system before the semester starting for next semester. But we'll get to that toward the end. Okay, what are we going to do now? After we have the BI installed, I'm going to open a new one. By the way, if you have already one open, you can open two at the same time. I do right click. You don't have to. You just click on it. It will open up a Power BI session. Or it's really is a program like Windows application. After it's open, the first things we're going to do, by the way, sorry about it. I kind of ran too fast. Let me just remind. Don't forget to make an email of Microsoft. I think I might mention that, but I'll mention it again. Make an email with Microsoft. It's enough to do one email for a team. You don't need to for each one of you. It's just one. Why? Because Power BI, in order to use Power BI services, you need to have a Microsoft account. And that's the only way you will be able to register for Power BI services. So it will give you a hard time to do this one if you don't have a Microsoft email address. It's kind of annoying, really. That's why I don't like that. Anyway, after you pass that stage, you just open the Power BI, and the first things we do, we link to, by the way, it might open up a yellow stuff here on the top here. You can sign in or sign up. You open the account, and then you can go into get data, or if you just do escape after you sign in, just go into here and you click on get data, and you want to get data from SQL Server. Why? Because our data is on SQL Server sitting on the Amazon Web Services. So I'm going to click on this one. And it's asking me, which server do you want me to connect? That means I can connect to any server in the world. By the way, this is the one we used during the semester. Everybody remember that one? That was the first one we did. Okay? You have it in your Power PTO, DW, and your team name. Okay? I'm just using mine. If anybody has a problem, for some reason something doesn't work or it doesn't have the time to fix it, just use mine, okay? I think that's what I told Daniel. Daniel, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yes, you told me already because mine.
Exactly. So I'm saying it's to everyone, okay? So, you know, the semester is over and I wanted to get ready for the next semester and redoing the stuff we already have done. It's a really good practice, but if you don't have time, it's not the end of the world. So if you have a problem, just use this database, okay? When you get to this, because this one has already the data ready. Okay, I made sure my database is good. Okay.
Amos.
Yeah, go ahead.
What can I do if I'm getting unable to connect error when I'm trying to connect the server in Power BI?
So slowly. Let me go over that. If I get the error, then we'll fix it. If not, then I will deal with that with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
No problem. So let me go into here. What am I supposed to put here is the name of this server. By the way, for you convenient, I just put it here, so you don't have to go and search for it. I just put it here. Please don't put any space here. It's sensitive. A space for him is a letter. Okay? So I just did a copy, and I'm going to go here. I'm just putting the name of the server. I can put the database. If I know the name, I do know the name, in fact. I can just go ahead and put this name, PTO, okay? Just copy it. It will immediately go to this database. If I don't, it will show me all the databases, okay? So if you want to play with it just to fill it, it's okay. It's really not that important. Let me put the name here. This is important. Choose import. Don't choose direct query. In real life, I would recommend direct query. What's the difference? Import means connect to the server, bring the data to my Power BI, And then really you can disconnect me even from the server. I don't need the server anymore. Direct query, it means connect me, don't bring any data, just do the report, and when I read the report, always look at the server. This one in real life is a good one when you have the server of the database and this application and the web server on the same location. For your exercise, it's not going to work. If we do direct, when we upload it to the internet, Microsoft make life really hard. You will have to use a gateway to make the direct connections. If you understood what I said, good. If you didn't, it's good too. Just choose import. Import means download the data from the server, put it as part of the project. And that's what I'm going to use. I'm clicking OK. By the way, I don't really need this one. For this exercise, I don't really need this one. This one I just opened to remind you. Okay? In fact, I can even close it. Okay, here we go. Since I gave it the database as well, it's giving me all the tables. Who was that before? Jonathan? Who asked me about the error?
Or it was or.
Oh, so we will fix it together, okay? We'll have after that. You shouldn't get an error, but maybe the password or whatever. So let's work on it together.
Almost.
Okay.
It doesn't have an error. It also won't let me open it.
Yeah, try to do the same things, but use a different database. And you can really even use the same database. It should work with the same database.
So I tried with PTO-DWE almost, and it says encryption support, meaning we can't connect the data source using an encrypted connection.
Use a different database. Use Amos, not eAmos.
Okay, try. Says target principal name is incorrect, cannot generate SSPI context.
Okay, so let me go over that with the two of you. We'll make a session, okay?
Okay.
If you guys want, we can do, everyone can try it, and we can have a session toward the end of the week or whatever. I don't really care. For the time being, maybe my configuration is a little different. So I'm not getting the error.
Can anyone else get in? Is it just me and Or?
I got some students that sent me already, by the way, I think from the Hebrew class. They sent me they were able to do that. So it might has to do with using, in fact, I think that you're using the Windows, don't you, on your computer?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
I'm using Windows.
Yeah, it's not the issue. I don't really know. Frankly, I don't really know. But we'll try to figure it out, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to choose the tables. The fact table is the tasks, and we had type. By the way, you can see the table just showing here on the right as you do that. Here, I'm going to choose months. I'm going to choose department. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3. One more missing. Anybody remember? Month, department, type. Anybody see type? Yeah, type I did. I'm missing one of them, don't I? I think there should be 4. What is the 4th one? In type 1. I have task. Which one am I missing? I have department. Location. Here we go. Okay, good. Normally, people that work on Power BI, they're using the transformation. We already have done it with using the SQL. So we really don't need to. Everything is already ready. The dimension are ready. The fact is ready. I can go ahead, right to the load, and save all the headache with that stage. Okay, it's coming down and it's downloading the data because I told him import. Since those tables are not that big, it's not going to take that long time, and we'll have all those data right in this
class.
Say again?
It's going to be recorded, this class?
Going to be?
Recorded.
Yeah, I'm recording it, by the way. Yeah, I will go over it, try to edit it if needed, and I will upload it, okay? That will help you out,
Okay,
I
so
think it will be good. By the way, you can see here on the right side, all the tables. On the left side, you have here, you can see the data, by the way. So if you click, see this is the department, this is the locations, this is the months, this is the type, and here is the fact table, okay? So this is really just showing you the data, right from, this is the data. By the way, the data now is sitting on my computer, okay? Because I did import of the data. By the way, what is the connections between the tables? Oh, wow, this is a maze. This is really a bug in Power BI. Why? If you recall, there should be, the schema should be, the connection is only from the dimensions. Let me put them around. It should be only from the dimensions to the fact table. But here I'm seeing connections that shouldn't be there. This connection is, I don't know where we got it from. That's really a bug. So what I'm going to do, I'm doing right click and deleting that link. There's no link like that. There's no link between here to here really. So I removed it. And other things, there's not supposed to be any link between those two dimensions. So I'm going to delete that one as well. It shouldn't really happen, but this is Microsoft. And other things, here, this connection shouldn't be here either. So I remove it, bingo. This is, if you remember, this is the chart we had in the database. Remember, guys? 4 dimensions, fact table in the middle, and now I have the data ready for doing reports. Okay, this is the right connections between them, and I can start doing report. So I just review. Here I have the list of the tables. Here I have the modeling telling me which dimension connect to the fact table. Here I can view the data, and here I can start doing my report. For the time being, I have no report, but I have the data. Just a little orientation. Here I have visuals. For every visuals, I will have configurations here. And this one is for more advanced filtering. I won't get into it. Doesn't worth the time. Okay? So how do I make a report? Let's take the first one I did here already. Let's take this one. This is an easy one. Okay? I have only 2 visuals. Very simple. One is a map and one is a filter. So let's see how I do it. I go into here. I go into a map, click it, and I'm getting a visual called a map. It's right there. Pay attention, if you don't click on the white place, if you choose another visual, it will override it. So in order not to override it, click on the empty space. Then I'm choosing a filter. So now I have 2 visuals. That's all what I have in this report. Very simple. I'm gonna make it bigger in a minute, so play with it. Okay, so now in the map, what do I want in the map? The map, I would like to go and take location, and please pay attention. I'm not choosing the primary key. I'm using the title, location, the column location, dragging it to here, to the locations. Bingo, it will identify it automatically. It's very smart, you know, because the names are Nashville and Charlotte. He knows immediately how to put them in the right place on the map. Okay? Good. This is ready. We almost finished one thing, but 1 second. What is the meaning of those? If you see this little dot in Cleveland, okay, what does it represent? In order to have some meaning to it, I go to the effect and I take the amount and tell him, make the amount as big as the amount, make the circle bigger. And that's really what it does. So that means that I have for Cleveland, I have a bigger number than I have for Tennessee and Nashville, Tennessee, and for Charlotte. Fair enough? What the meaning of the numbers, I didn't say it, but I will say in a minute, okay? Bear with me. We go to the next one. This one will have for the second report as well. How do I turn it to be nice? Let's say I want it by department. So after I click here, I go into here to the department, and again, I'm dragging the department, not the primary key, into the field. They go, hey, but this one looks far away from what I want. So you can click here and just change it to a list. And now, but that's not the way that I want the list, is that right? And you just go into the configuration here. And again, there's so many options here. You can play with it and be expert if you want this kind of a job. I don't think so. You want somebody else to do it for you. But you do need to know that it's doable, okay? So here you can shrink it a little bit, make it a little bigger. And now I just made my first report. Can I change the title? Definitely yes. How do I do that? I click here, go into here, look for titles here, okay? I think it's in the general or whatever. Just drag down and you find the, here we go, here's the title. Let's put it in on, blah, 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 blah. Find whatever you want. Let's say it's departments. Okay, you see it's typing here. You don't like it's there, you can put it in the middle, blah, blah, blah. Change the color. Millions of configurations. That doesn't give you a lot of points in real life, okay? What give you in real life now is to understand what the meaning of the size here. What does that really mean? I will come back to that. I want to do the next report, and then I will come back to this report, and that will make more sense. Let me just copy the name of the report. I don't remember how I called it. Yeah, this one I call it location by department. So I'll copy for myself. That's my first report. Perfect. Let's do a second report. Click, I have an empty page. What do I want to put here? I want to put a matrix on the right here. I have a matrix. I'm going to put 2 filters. And in a minute, I'll explain why 2 filters. And that will clarify the point I skipped from the previous. I have 2 filters. And here, I want to put a line chart. Bingo. I have all the visuals I need. How do I make them now? This one, it's easy. A matrix can have something on the rows and something on the columns. So what do I want on the rows? On the rows, I want the months. By the way, all the instruction I gave here. Okay? I gave all the instructions here. You have every step you need. Okay? You need here the months, and I need the type on the columns. How do I do that? Very simple. Just go into here, I click here, I go into the months, and here I want a smart one to ask a question. I click the month, okay, and I drag that to the rows. Anybody see something annoying here? Anybody? You see, it's not really by the months, it's alphabetic. That's not the way we want it. Is that right?
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
I remember in the SQL you did like the numbers, right?
Exactly, the primary key, you got it. That's why we did it. If you click on the month here and you go into modeling, okay? Why it doesn't like me? It should give me here sort by in a second. Let me see, after I put the data, maybe it will like me. It should give me, after I click here, it should add sort by, yeah, here we go. Sort by column, primary key. And now it should be nice to me and change that according to the key. And it does. Now you understand what I said in class, why you put that key to be by the actual, that's the place you use it. Besides that, you really don't need anymore the key. The key is behind the scene. You don't need it, okay? By the way, a good BI person that work on the presentation layer usually will remove all the keys because you're not supposed to use them for doing reports, okay? For example, you shouldn't really use any one of those in the report. So that's why Microsoft have done added here, if you click, you have hide. You see that? So you can hide them. You're not deleting them, but you're hiding them. So a person that later on use your cube can focus only on the only important things here is the amount. And that's the only things you need to use. In a second, I will use it. Okay, let's see on the columns. On the columns, we want to use the type. We don't use the primary key. We use only the columns, the type. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I think I use wireless handphone and I didn't charge it, so I will move to the speaker and the audio of the computer. But is everyone can hear me?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Il m'a posé une question, je réponds.
Okay. Wonderful. So let me continue. I added for the columns. I added the type, and now I want to put numbers here. Okay. I'll just put the amount and drag the amount to. By the way, you can drag the amount. You should be able to drag the amount right to here. You should do the work. Okay. So here I have like a matrix. I have one dimension, a second dimension, and those are the numbers. Let's see. I'm going to do those two, and then I want to ask questions. Fair enough? And that's what good understanding. Let's click on this one. Let me see what I did in the other one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let me go here. Okay, one for the department, one for location. So here we go. We'll do it twice, so it will be a good exercise for you later on today. I click on this one, and I go into the departments. I take the departments and drag it right to here. Bingo. I change it to a list. And after I change it to a list, I go into here and change it to horizontal. And that will do the job. The rest I will let you play with it. If you want to change the font, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's do the second one. Repeating it would be a good idea. Let's do the second one for location. Close this one. Location, I'm dragging location right to here. Okay, this is the list. I do not want a list. I do want it horizontal. So I go into general and I will change it to horizontal. I get the same things. The rest I will let you play with the font, whatever you want. Now let's see the logic. And that's very important. Very, very important. We have a cube, by the way. This is really the heart. This is what is really important for me that you understand. We have a fact table, okay? We have 4 dimensions. We use the month and we use the type, those 2 dimensions for the metrics. Then we have 2 more dimensions to be a filter. What does that really mean? What does it mean here? And here, let me explain. If I see January, if I talk about January and I talk January budget, okay, that's the budget column, that's the January row. Budget in January, what does that number means now? This number means that if nothing is clicked in the other filters, that's the total for all the departments and for all locations. On the other hand, if I click now on department 3001, okay? This number changed. Everybody see that? What's the meaning of this number now? That means it's the budget for January for department number 3001 for all locations, because I didn't mark which location. But if I would click now Cleveland, for example, oh, what is this number now? This number means the budget amount for January for department 3001 in Cleveland, it's 1,787. That's very important. Honestly, it's the most important things in BI to understand what I just said now. knowing how to do those things, you know, you can be expert just by watching some videos on the internet. But understanding what a cube means, it's really understanding that if I have a cube with 4 dimensions, if I have a cube with 4 dimensions, in a matrix, I always can put only 2. Those 2 will be the filters. And that's the meaning of this type of a table. That's very crucial. Fair enough? Okay, good. Let's go and play with this one now. Okay, what do we want to do with this one? This one we want on the X, we want to put the months. So let's take the months, put them on the X's. Good. Now, why doesn't like me? Something went wrong. Doesn't like me for some reason. Wait a second. Ah, here we go. Now he's working up. Here we go. Now he's working up. Okay, good. What did I do here? Nope. You know what? I don't like this. Whatever happened here, I'm going to delete this one. And I don't know what I did here. So I'm going to delete this one as well. And I'm just going to put another new one. Here we go. Here I'm going to put the months. I'm going to put the months on the X's. Hold a second. Yep. Let me mark this. Let's put the months on the X's. And then we
Tu veux la
want,
bouteille?
yeah, I just did it.
Tu
I
veux la bouteille?
have the months. And now what do I want to,
Ah,
I want the type. The type, anybody see the type? Type, here we go. I click the type to the legend. I click the type for the legend and then the amount for the values. And bingo, we got 2 charts. Now is the nice part to see. Okay, what do we already see? What is that data? This data is exactly those 2 columns. But what the meaning? Okay, you can play later on and see, by the way, you will see here the data for July budget versus forecast, yeah? But what the meaning if I click here? If I click here on the, come on, here we go. In 2001 department in Nashville, okay, the budget versus forecast over time, that's what I see here in the matrix, and that's what the chart. So those charts basically telling me that I'm seeing really the information for department 2001 for Nashville. And now what I see is only for June, but the whole chart is for all the months, okay? Between budget versus forecast. Is that cool? Hello?
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty
This is
cool.
really just to get your little feeling. Don't waste your life on that, okay? Honestly, take away the most important things to understand. It's the meaning of a matrix, understanding what a filter does. That's the most important. Making a nice chart, good. So you see a video on the internet, you learn how to do it, you understand it. The key important is to understand why when you click here, okay, this is change. What's the meaning? In fact, you can think about it as a chart that takes always those 2 columns. But understanding this table with the filters, it's the most crucial. How do I know that I did a good job conceptually from business point of view? Because this cube is made of 4 dimensions. Therefore, if in my report, I have 2 dimensions in the table and 2 dimensions in the filters, I covered everything. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. If I click on that little eraser here, that means don't choose department. That means now the total it's for all the departments together. Because I didn't filter by one of the dimensions. That's beautiful. This is why we need BI. Just think about it, how much time it would take you to do it on Excel or whatever. If I go to here, it's the same things. I click on the little eraser. That means don't choose any location. What's the meaning of this table? The meaning of the table is it's how much was the budget for every month, okay, for all departments and for all locations, because I didn't filter by those two dimensions. This is the most important takeaway for the presentation layer, honestly. All the rest is, it's okay, it's good to know. It's, by the way, people making a living just being expert on making reports, by the way. Okay? If you that's what you want, go spend the time, okay? And there's much better tools, by the way. Business Object, there's a lot of them out there, okay? But the key, the heart of the understanding is really what I just went over right now. Okay, final stage. If we see in the instruction, after we finish the report, by the way, I really wrote instructions here, very clear. I will upload the recording, and this is the final product. We last just standing, clicking on the publish and publishing it online. I just wanted you to be exposed a little bit so you know how it works. Again, don't try to be expert, okay? Here I show example how you take this part of the report and put it in a dashboard. Let me demonstrate, okay? Let's go back. I'm going here. I'm going to publish. Clicking on publish. He asked me to save. Yes, I'm saving, so I won't lose it. Yeah, I forgot to give a name. That's too bad. Let's call it IDC English 100. 301. Are you? 300, aren't you? The class? Yeah. Okay, I'm saving it. Is connecting now to the server, whatever. Since I already signed up, he tells me, what do you want me to upload? I tell him to my workspace. Click. He's going to upload it to the internet. He's cooking on it. What is he uploading? He's uploading the report plus the data. Those reports are a function of the data. So I really uploaded to Microsoft website the data with the report. So I'm clicking here. And here we go. Since I already signed up, so it's opening automatically my website. This is, by the way, it's on the internet, as you can see here, okay? And he's cooking and he's showing me my two reports. Now they are online. By the way, everyone that can go into this can see my report. But many times I would like to give them, let's say, they don't really care about this one. They don't really care about controlling department, but they want the total. If I'm doing it for the CEO, I want to make a dashboard. He cares really about only those two columns. Fair enough? So what I can do is, I can, he doesn't like me here. Why doesn't here we go, it probably would be in the bottom. Here we go. I have a little pin, if you see. I click on the little pin. It will ask me, do you want to put these metrics in existing dashboard, or you want to make a new one? You're going to choose a new one. Most likely you don't have any, okay? So just call it with your team name. Just put your team name here. And you do pin. Now, I usually go, no, don't go yet for the dashboard. We'll go in a minute. Let's go to the next one. By the way, I forgot to give it a name here. Let's go to another one as well. Let's move also the same things we'll do with the map. I click on the pin. You will ask me for existing. Yeah, this time I want it for the existing. And do we have a number? We give it a name? Yeah, team name. Which one I used? I think I used this one, didn't I? Pin. And now go to the dashboard. And I'm supposed to see both of them. This is a dashboard now. You see, I took pieces from two separate reports, and let's say that's what the CEO is care about. I can give it a name and I'm done. Or just send him or share it with him. Just click here and share it with him. theoretically would be the nicest things is to do, he's asking me for upgrade. I don't feel like I want to upgrade. I hate those stuff. Upgrade account, no, I don't. This feature will be available to users, license upgrade today. No, I don't. Okay, if you get to this stage and he's asking you for upgrade, don't pay a penny, it's a waste of money. Just take a print screen and send me the print screen. Just make me a favor. On the print screen, just put in the bottom, by the way, you can put here, there's some visuals here. You can put the names here if you want, but you can even write it in the email. Send me the name of the student and the student team and their names and ID. That will be good enough. Don't spend any penny to be able to share, to pay anything to upgrade or whatever. Any questions, guys?
Not really, not now.
Take your time. I extended the due date to the end of the month. Okay? And you can, with all this Corona, I'll be much more available. So feel free to ask me. I will upload this video as well. And if you have any problem, just send me. If you have a problem with logging in or whatever, we handle it per person or per two.
Are you going to upload this video to Moodle?
We had a problem, and somebody else. Who was Jonathan? Who was the other one?
Me. But I got it to work on the IDC app.
Oh, wonderful.
I can't use it on my Windows, but if I use the app through Moodle, it works.
That's cool. It's crazy. Now you understand why I don't like Microsoft. No, I love Microsoft. They've done a lot of beautiful stuff. By the way, this is a real life project. I don't use any Microsoft stuff. It's all on Python. I'm using databases, which is Postgres. All of them are free. And if you do it smart, and I will show you, we'll test, we'll do the setting. And here, I will show you when we get to that, there is a special file. I can put all the softwares and it will upload all of them automatically without you having to worry about it. And it works on every computer. Doesn't matter which. So that's the way it's supposed to work. We had a nightmare in the beginning of the semester just dealing with installation. So I want to take that one away. So I hope this is helpful. I will upload it as I said. And if you need more time, let me know. The only thing is if you need the grade, so the sooner you guys submitting it, the faster I will grade. But I'm expecting that everybody will get 100, honestly. It would be a shame not to get 100. And frankly, I'm being honest. Maybe I'm too honest. It's really more important for me that you know that it exists more than making you suffering for no reason. I think it's a good exercise for you as a student. It really is a good exercise beyond the grade. Should you use it in real life? Most likely not, unless you own your own business and you didn't pass the 20 employees. Okay? Otherwise, you should use different tools.
Almost, it's enough to submit this as an image through Moodle?
Yes. In fact, I tell you the best way to do, you have this one. Let's say you finish this one, okay? Okay, you can take a print screen here, go to this one, take a print screen, as I did in the assignment, by the way, exactly as I did. If you send me this one and this one, and then you take a print screen of the last page, that's perfect. You don't have to. As I said also, don't waste a penny to upgrade just to be able to send me. Idea will be nice if you just shared with me. I get an email from you and then I can go into here and see it. Fair enough? So take a print screen of this one and the two reports, you're done.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you, guys. Let me just, now we're finishing this one. Let me just talk about what I want to achieve for next semester. Do you guys have another 5-10 minutes? Is that
Yeah.
okay? Okay. I tell you what I'm going to do next semester, and I want to be ready before the first session. Let me go to Academy City. This is really a present, honestly, and you deserve this present. I hope that they have done it for all the other. I have a course that I teach called the Framework for Software Engineering, and I decided to take this framework and add it to the machine learning, okay? What do I mean by that? If you go, you have, this is our course for next semester, okay? If you go to software installation, okay? It doesn't matter for Windows or for Mac. If you go for the Mac, you have all the instruction here. But what the beautiful here? First of all, everything's here, does work on Mac, have been tested, and it works beautifully. The thing is you're installing, you're putting a structure there. I will go over that. I will maybe even make a video or make an online session. You're installing a database. You're installing, and then you create a database. Now that you know what a database will be much easier to explain that. You're installing Python, okay? And after you're installing Python, you're installing PyCharm, and then at the end of the day, you install Docker. I won't make you install Docker. If we get there, maybe toward the end of the semester. But after you install GitHub, those are the softwares you need. They are all free, okay? That's stage number one. So all of those ones have been tested, working perfect. Now, next stage, here I explain what you have in the installation, and then eventually, and that's the nice part, you will go online. In fact, you just follow those instructions. We will create a Python project. In fact, more correctly to say Django project. Did you use PyCharm or you used the Jupyter in your
Jupyter.
Python? Jupyter, is that right?
Yeah.
Nobody used Jupyter in real life. That's only for educational purposes. Okay, this is for real life, okay? So we will install PyCharm, we'll make a project, and I'm creating a special, by the way, if you see here, this is a special project you're going to download into your computer. When you will be done, you will get a screen like that. And this is a full, complete, real-life project. Meaning, you really have, if you notice, if you see here the screen, and this is a screen of my customer. You see it's very similar? You got it?
Mm-hmm.
So we will have a system exactly like this one, and we'll learn how to use Python and then immediately see the results on the screens. That's pretty cool. If we get there, it will be really beautiful. I'll be so happy for you guys. And a lot of the work is being done in this framework. A lot of the stuff I will already have done. By the way, if you have a good eye, if you see here, it says import SQL. You see that? Is that clear? That looks like, can you see that?
Yeah.
By the way, it's an object that I created. You can connect directly to the database. Okay? And then a lot of the ETL we learn, this is much more sophisticated one. Depends on how much time we will have. Thank God we're not a big class, which is wonderful. We'll be able to really get to a really nice level next semester. If there is any volunteer, I will be very happy. Let's say for maybe beginning of next week to try to go over and make sure that we'll have at least 2 installations before we have everyone do the whole process. This one I did already on Mac, works perfectly. But you know, if we do it twice more, then we know that everything is perfect. So we get to the semester without any, any troubles. Any volunteer, just let me know, send me an email, I'll be very happy.
Do we have
We'll do
access
the
to
whole
this
installation together. Whoever wants to volunteer, even all of you if you want, I'll do it with all of you. But it might be a wise idea to try with 2, and then we'll do it with the whole class. Okay, if there is any volunteer now, or you want to think about it?
I can do it. I have Windows though.
Windows is good. It doesn't matter. Anyone with Mac? Daniel,
I
can I
guess I could
volunteer
do it
you?
whenever I
I
have
like
time.
your name.
What?
Daniel, you want to volunteer or someone else?
I could do it. Yeah, I could
Do you have
download it.
time? I don't want to, it's not fair on my side.
No, I think I'll have time. I'll email you. I'll send you a text. I have you on WhatsApp.
Wonderful.
I'll send it to you.
So let's start the 3 of us, okay? And let's say you just send me, both of you, if Sunday is good for you next Sunday, we can
Okay, I'll
do
WhatsApp you.
sometime Sunday or whatever.
Yeah.
And after we see that everything is perfect, then we do a session with the whole class before we starting the semester.
Sounds good.
I think this is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to waste any time in class for installations.
Amos,
Yeah.
do we have access to this course right now? Do you need to give us a code to see machine learning?
By the way, I didn't, after the last semester, I went over all my slides and I'm rebuilding the whole thing is for you. If you see it here, you can access this one, but I didn't put everything here, okay? You can access it. Most of the material is already up, but like everything says, I'm just really thinking 100 times. I'm debating with myself. For example, all the material is almost here, but I'm debating with myself. You say I'm putting my framework. I just really want it to be so successful. So, but the material is online and you do have an access. Okay?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So
You
you're
want
more
us
than
just to
welcome.
install it?
And by the way, I really would like to feel, I'm putting the syllabus, but I'm putting the syllabus more in general. So if I see we can achieve more, I would put more material. And to make it so I won't kill you at the same time. Try to not to kill you, because you have a lot of other things as well. Okay, thank you guys. Moria, are you happy? Is she still with us? Okay.
I'm here. Yes, I'm happy.
Are you happy? That's the
Yeah,
most
I'm gonna
important.
submit you something now on mail.
Say again?
I'm gonna submit you now on mail. I did it with you.
Wonderful. Good. You see, I told you everything's going to be beautiful.
Yep, just answer my mail and tell me that it's sweet.
I'm happy. Thank you guys. Good luck. And
Bye,
work hard is
Amos.
good for you guys. That's the age you're supposed to work hard.
Can you upload this as soon as possible, Amos?
Yeah, that's what I will do. That's what I'm doing, in fact.
Oh, awesome.
I'm just revising. See, I have all the material. By the way, here I can show you, okay? In the machine learning, I have already all the stuff, but I'm afraid I'm taking some stuff out and I'm adding other stuff. Now knowing what you guys know, I want to make it 100% successful, no delay and no surprises. So I'm going over all my material and I uploading it to here, taking into account everything. You got it?
Cool.
And I really hope the next semester will be beautiful. Good luck, guys. And I want everybody to get 100 on this section. There's no reason why not. The grades were really nice. For the exam, I was very happy. You take those two together, you did very well. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good one. Hi, Motek. תודה.